hanging out in the shop with Chris Beyea today, and kind of got a unique opportunity here to show you guys exactly what these street stocks are like that run out at Land of Legends Raceway. When I came out, I talked to Chris beforehand. Hi, Chris.
How you doing?
I said, let's do something where we learn something about the car. And when I came in and I saw the body was off it, I was like, great, we can get right in here now and show you what this thing actually is. First of all, Chris, let's start with the basics. Let's go to the front suspension. This clip looks familiar to me.
Yep, it's a a Camaro clip. You told me earlier what the code for
70
is.
to, I believe it's 80 or 81. It's an F2
Yep.
is what it's called.
So that's what most of these cars are, especially on the hybrid cars we call them. The Camaro front stub and the metric rear, or the mounting points for the metric cars in the rear.
So does the clip end basically right there, right?
Yep, that's pretty much what is the only stock parts on this car is the front 3 feet.
Okay, let's take a look at the motor. These make a lot of power. These are not the street stocks you guys used to see years ago. 355?
This is a 358.
358.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 60 over on the bore, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely not your average small block Chevy. This one probably makes 475, 480.
Really? That's a lot of horsepower.
Maybe a little more.
Mm-hmm. Just for comparison, crates guys are mostly 370 there.
Yep,
so
370.
So yeah, because and obviously we got what are they called? 180 headers? Is that what they're called?
Those are crossover headers.
Crossover headers.
What we call them. Those are actually Beyea headers, and I did have to pay for them.
Okay. Yeah, your last name. You would have thought you would have got a deal at least,
I tried.
right?
It didn't work.
No family discount. He's not related to you somehow.
But
no.
those are $480 headers.
Really?
Nothing's cheap on a race car.
Yeah, and you can see how they all come together right there. So, what are the heads?
The heads on this are with bow ties.
Bow ties.
Yes.
So same as the crates.
I think.
I believe those are bow ties. I'm pretty sure.
No, are they?
Pretty sure
I'm
they're
not
bow
really
tie.
sure.
I know those are 9-to-1. What compression we got here?
This one, what I was told is 12-to-1.
12-to-1. So a lot more compression.
Yeah.
Means more giddy up and go. A carburetor?
Carburetor is a 4412, so it's 2-barrel. It's the XP version of the Holley 4412.
Like the old Open Sportsman carbs, basically, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Aluminum radiator, shrouding's very important, isn't it?
Yes. I learned that real quick. A shroud is very, very important. Mm-hmm. You want the fan to be half in and half out, from what I've been told. And this, I have no problems.
Nice and cool, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
190, 195?
Yep, right about there. 185 to 200 usually it runs.
Keep going around the car here and see. And of course, everybody has a fancy reservoir on their radiator. As you can see, he's got the Pepsi bottle there. So everybody has that. We'll come around to inside the compartment and take a little bit of a look here. Looks kind of like what I see in a mod and a Sportsman, but not, because you do have the hand clutch.
Yeah, I'm a bigger boy, and I don't have much room down in the foot box. So we took the foot pedal out, and I'm a lot more comfortable with the hand clutch, so we put that in there.
The hand clutch, by the way, is the gold knob that you're seeing. Push it forward to engage it, correct?
I actually pull that one back.
Oh, it's different in that aspect then.
You could turn it around, and you'd push it forward.
Gotcha.
But I pull it back, and I just let go of that, and I put it right in high gear.
2 levers, the purples?
Yep, so the one closest to us is reverse, and the other one will be low and high.
Push it forward for reverse?
Yep, forward for reverse.
And forward for first,
Forward
and back
for low, and then,
direct drive, basically,
Yes.
high or direct drive. What are the gauges that we have here?
Gauges, we have oil pressure here, water temp here, tach here, obviously engine RPM, and over here, currently I'm not using those, but it is fuel pressure and oil temp.
Yeah, and the other one over there, the ones on top, those are for the bias.
Those are for the brake bias. So yeah, front and rear, it'll tell you, how
much,
front and rear, percentage-wise, you're running.
All right, and that knob down there, that is how he actually moves it from front to rear. So which way do you turn it to get rear? Which way do you turn it for front?
Turn it to the left for rear, and you turn it to the right for front.
Left for rear. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you turn. Okay, I get that now. Okay. So out of that, and what kind of seat is this?
This
Kirky
is
seat,
a
full containment.
Kirky full containment seat. Yep. And it's a big one. Mm-hmm. We had to stretch it out to fit me.
That's right. Extra large.
I think next year actually I'll get the Hans device to go with it.
Oh, you didn't have that? I guess I thought that was mandatory.
No, I don't have that yet.
Okay. Underneath the rear end, this is not a quick change rear end like you see in the modifieds, but I've seen this rear end before on cars, haven't I?
Oh yeah, this is a Ford 9-inch. Probably one of the best rear ends ever made. That's why we use them.
Yeah, more durable is what everybody says. A little heavier, but durable, right?
Yep, very, very durable. And I think that's why we use them. It's a floater.
What does that mean?
It's easier to change gear. So you don't have to take all the brake assembly off to change gear. You pull the axles out, you pull the drive shaft off, and you can pull the chunk out and change the gears that way.
So we pull the drive shaft out from the front there.
Yep, you pull it right off the chunk there. You drop that down. You take these covers off here and pull the axles out, slide them out, unbolt the chunk, and pull the chunk out. I mean, they're still 80 pounds. They're kind of heavy, but it's a lot easier than having to take all the brakes apart. And,
Okay.
and
20
doing it
minutes?
that way.
Half an hour?
Yeah, if you get somebody that's competent and it can do it quick, I think Jimmy can do it in probably 5 minutes. Takes
Okay.
me about a half hour.
Fuel cell's in the back. How big is the fuel cell?
That one is a 22 gallon. Some guys run bigger, some guys run smaller. I have a 22.
How much fuel do you go through a night, on a regular night?
Between 7 and 10 gallons, I'd say.
And what type of fuel are we using?
I either run 110 or 112 octane.
How do you know?
What they have at the track, really.
Oh, really? So you don't have to jet differently for one octane versus the other?
You probably do. I mean, if you have a motor that makes a ton of compression, you're going to want the 112.
Okay.
But 10 to 1, 11 to 1, anything under that, you don't really have to run the
10, 11, 12 bucks a gallon? What's it going for now?
I think it's a little over 12.
A little over
12 bucks
12.
a gallon.
Yeah, it used to be 10 a few years ago.
Yep.
And that's a specialty blend. That's why it always costs more, guys.
Yeah.
All right, now, we have coils, but not on the shock. So what do we call this suspension?
It's a 4-link, triangulated 4-link in the rear.
Like an late model had an IMCA's, right?
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, yep. I mean, you can mount your shocks in different places.
Oh, you can? Okay.
I just don't think they can be in front of the rear end.
Now, we can also tighten that down on top of that coil, can't we?
Yep. The jack bolts you can.
That's the jack bolt there. Okay.
Yep. You can turn this here in or out, and that'll put more or less weight on that corner of the car.
Oh, okay.
Our cars, what we typically run is a lot more left rear than right rear. That's what works in these. This car here, it's got a lot of left rear in it. It's about 300 pounds with me in the car.
Okay.
So that's a good chunk of percentage over there.
Supergen Products made this trip happen for us, guys. So ask for the Racer Special. The 9,000 generator and the 4,200 pressure washer give you a deal you can't get, even if you know Paul. So mention you saw this here, and they will give you that special deal. What's the rule on the spoiler?
I want to say the rule is 5 or 6 inches. Can't be any taller than that.
Yeah, and I see we kind of have it. It's not really a wicker bill, but it's not totally straight up and down.
Yeah,
It's
you
kinda-
can. Some of them you can adjust them. This is where the guy that builds my bodies put it. So I'm going to guess that's the optimal spot for it. We're going to go with that.
And the clay, this is from the last show you told me.
Yeah,
huh?
usually I got it washed, but I've been a little lethargic with it because I'm not racing anymore. So she's kind of sitting here dirty.
Okay,
We'll wash
and
her up later.
one more thing I noticed. That is our air system for our helmet, correct?
Yes, and I'm definitely going to utilize that next year because I didn't this year.
Oh, you didn't?
And I paid for it. It's
How so? You fogged up a few times?
Yeah, fogged up, and I'm one of those guys that goes to tear off one tear off, and I tear them all off. And then,
I get that.
yeah, then it's rough for the rest of the race. So that we definitely will be using next year.
Hope you like this, guys. Got a chance to crawl around. Again, Chris knows this. I talked to him about this yesterday before I came out. Our big goal this year is I want to learn some stuff. And as I learn the stuff, I'm hoping you guys learn with me so that next time we all go to the racetrack, we'll know a lot more about these cars. Chris, thanks so much for having me out, man. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem.
Hit
Glad
the
to have
blue E to subscribe. You won't miss anything, man. Thanks again.
you. Yes, sir.